All right, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Alfonso Suarez, and I represent P.I.C.O Project today. Welcome to the first ever show of What's Up, Innovators. Can I get a little round of applause, guys? Thank you. So, I know what you're thinking. What is this? What are you doing here on a Thursday night? Who are you people? I get that. And I think I got an answer for you. With the backwards world that we live in today, we need some action. We live in a world where preservatives are in the natural standard diet nowadays. A world where people love to live ignorant, blissfully ignorant, yet complain why nothing is done today. A world where we take pills literally made of heroin, call it medicine, yet a legal plant who does the same is frowned upon. That's why this show is happening today. We need action to be done. And in this room today, we have a group of innovators, free thinkers, world changers. And I'd like to thank everyone today for coming to support these free thinkers. Every day we support our local musicians, our local artists. And it's finally time that we support our local organizations and people who are actually trying to do good in this world. And that's why this show is happening, to get that started. And today's show, we will be covering a wide variety of topics, from our furry friends to building our own community. And I'd like to start off today's show with P.I.C.O Project's very own Chris Gabourel. And he'll be talking about what I said a little bit earlier about the blissfully ignorant people. I call them the keyboard revolutionists. And before we start the show, I just want to say one little thing. This is kind of like a TED Talk based show. We will be having presentations. We have organizations explaining what their organization does. We have people who've been researching a certain topic and want to talk about it today. And one thing I really want to stress is anybody can do this. You don't need to be a professional presenter. You don't need to come up here and worry about what people are going to think about you. You just need to come up here and spread your word. And I really thank everybody here today for doing that. And without further ado, let's bring up Chris Gabourel.
Thanks, guys. My name is Chris. What I wanted to talk to you guys about today is how far we've come as a human race, and get a temperature check on our reality and what our reality actually is going through right now. And if all of you have one of these guys right here and it's connected to the internet, then you have the potential to summon up pretty much any music that's been recorded. You have the potential to manifest any visual or movie that has been video recorded. You have the potential to go back in history and see what the Mayans were doing, what the Egyptians were doing. And what I'm trying to get to is that we are basically wizards, people. We have magical powers, and they rely on this phone, and why are we using them like we're wizards? Why don't we pretend that we have these magical powers and we could manifest things in this reality, that we could create our own worlds? Well, my answer, or my theory would be, is that reality is moving too fast now. That we're growing exponentially. Technology is growing exponentially. I was born in 1990. I'm 27. And I feel like I got the end of the technology boom, or the beginning of the technology boom. And I remember waiting for TV shows. I actually had to wait for Friday to see a show. I remember waiting on the phone for my friend to come home and talk to him. And there's a lot of waiting back then. But nowadays, there's not that much waiting. Everything's instant. Everything's fast. Everything's give me now. And I think it's played with our emotions. It's played with our intellect. And it's kind of, we're catching up as a society. We're catching up to all this technology, all this information, and we really don't know what to do with it. So what ends up happening is we end up arguing online whether the dress is black or blue. We end up arguing over TV shows, or whether if Greedo shot first or Han Solo shot first. And that's well and fun, that's great, but I think we could be efficiently utilizing the technology that we have, the information we have, and go further than just the life of online. We're building personas, these avatars online, that we're forgetting that we are beings on this reality, in this plane, and it's affecting our culture, it's affecting our community. And I feel that I caught on to it about a year and a half ago, and I was wondering, why is this happening? You know, I'm not having the conversations that I want to have in real life. I'm not talking about how we could end poverty, how we could unite as a community to raise and educate ourselves. I'm really not talking about that in my larger group of friends. I'm not hearing people talk about that. So what I did is I experimented, and I started this thing called the P.I.C.O Awareness Project, and I sent out a call to action on Facebook to my community, to the people living around me, and I wanted to see what was up. What are you guys thinking? What are you guys talking about? Let's gather, let's talk about it, rather than chatting on Facebook, rather than just posting stuff on Instagram, which is easy. I mean, like it's an effective method to share something. I think one of my favorite ones is if you think that gardening should be taught in all schools, give me a like button, give me a like push. That's beautiful, but then you're just waiting. Like, what else do we do? Do we just like things and expect them to happen? No, like we have to manifest things in this reality, and we do it by using this. We do it because all the information is here. All the information is waiting for us. It's just piled on top of a lot of more information. It's the quantity is taking over the quality of information, and I feel like what we did with the P.I.C.O project is opened up that platform to be able to do what we're doing here today, is talking about it, having other people talk about it, and then discuss it, not just leave it there. Where do I want to go with that? One moment, please. Okay, so what I saw after is the universe spoke, and they threw a beautiful couple in front of my eyes, Alfonso and Adriana, and they opened up the doors to me. And and I'm truly grateful, because like for a month and a half I was going to city council meetings, I was knocking on doors, I was trying to figure out why isn't anybody like saying what's up back. So I was really bummed out about it. I was sad. But then the universe threw people in front of me, and things ignited. A beautiful reaction of chaos and conversations and working on things and building gardens ignited. And then something else ignited. We met Milk, and then we met Montebello Pet Expo, and then we met all these other cool people doing the things that we were talking about, but they were doing it in their own way. And then I saw something beautiful. I'm like, these people are superheroes. They're manifesting things into this reality that wasn't there before. You guys are taking the steps that no one else is doing, and you're bringing that reality to proliferation. We're doing things that we know we can do because it's been done before, but for some reason, no one wants to take that step and actually do it. So I just want to say I applaud everybody here for taking that step. I applaud everybody for listening. Thank you for being here, and let's just continue progressing, continue asking questions, continue having these conversations, because that's where it's going to get us to where we want to be, the realization of what we want to be. If you want to, we could live a life online. You could build a sim reality. You could play Roller Coaster Tycoon all day and just build cool things. Or you can build cool things in this reality that actually matter, that your kids could use, that their kids could use, and just for on and on. Thank you. Thank you, guys.